What's going on? So I just got word that former drug kingpin Frank Lucas died. And if you remember the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe, which was based on a true story, then you understand much of Frank Lucas's his legacy. Obviously, starting off as a run under Bumpy Johnson in Harlem, but then also he becoming his own. Him and Leroy Nicky Barnes are becoming big time African American drug kingpins back in the day. And Frank Lucas was infamously known for the drug Blue Magic, and he was also known for the Coachella, the jacket, and everything. At the Muhammad Ali Joe Frazier fight, he was an informant, which got him a big time reduction in his jail sentence, his prison term, and it's a very complex issue because drug dealers were seen as heroes, like with pimps, pushers, and hustlers. So he had a folklore about him. Was he? How was he well received? Some people look at him as a snitch. Some people look at him as a low life hustler. Some people looked at him as a hero. It all depends on what side of the coin you're on. But the man lived to be 88, and in those streets to be able to uh, do what you do, you know, and carry different weight. Drug dealers, pushers, players, pimps, you know, they have carried allure in the neighborhood for many years and for many moments. So it's very interesting of how that all plays out. And Frank Lucas was definitely a folklore hero for some. Um, some looked at him as a hero, some were the anti-hero. All depends on what side of the street and how you look at it. He had a lot of destruction in the African American community. That goes without saying. When he was an informant, though, he turned in a lot of the people on the street, including cops and different people. So it all depends on which way you look at it. But he definitely left a lasting impression. Again, it's a very complex issue, subjective to opinion. Some people are going to look at him as a hero, some people look at him as a villain. Some might look at him as a snitch. It all depends. But anyway, he definitely made a mark because they made a movie about him, and you get Denzel Washington portray you, and then Jay Z was definitely patterned himself after him, and there's a lot of others. So Frank Lucas is, you know, on the streets considered a hero. Depends on where you are with it though. But anyway, he lived to be 88 years old, and considering his line of work and his business, that's a double lifetime because that's not a business that you say that you're gonna live, you know, and to do what he did. So it's an interesting take. It's bitter sweet, and it all depends on which way you come down on it. But um, there are books and there are documentaries on him, and I would tell you that if you find him fascinating and you'd like to look him up, take a peek in the life of Frank Lucas. Anyway, former drug kingpin Frank Lucas died this past evening, at the age of 88. So that's my take about Frank Lucas, his legacy. Depends on where you stand. Feel free to leave them comments. Feel free to hit the subscribe and the bell ring. There's a new video. And I'm out. Peace.